There's other couple shit going on right now. So a hot topic right now is that DDG and Haley Bailey shit.
So I just wanted to ask you, like, as far as like with RG3, like, do you think it's because he feels like his woman is a little bit more submissive? Like, what you think as far as a wife? Because I've heard that.
Look,
here we go with this. Here we go with this bush.
I've heard.
Here we go.
I don't. Charlie, I don't know. I don't know.
Let me say
take it away,
this.
Charlie.
Let me say this about black women.
What's good? What's good? You're talking to your favorite cleanup crew. It is the Saturday morning cleanup.
Yeah.
Yes. You already know, man. It's the world famous IAX and Experience. I go by the name of Rome Jones. That's my DJ Biggs. You already know what time it is. What's up, brother? And then you know who else we got with us, man. You know who in the building with us, dog. It's our girl, your favorite big cuz, Charlie.
What's up?
Charlie.
Hey,
let's get it.
Chicken noodle soup with a sauce on the side.
Food on the side. Damn, man, you took me back to 05 with that, man. Hey,
no, my bad.
Shout out to. No, you good. You good. 20 years ago, though. Now that you think about it, good. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken noodle soup is 20 years old, dog.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
Like, this is in real time, y'all. Y'all seeing the shock on my face right now.
Bruh.
Good gracious. Anyway, but shout out to young people.
Yeah, I was just... Nah, go ahead. I'll let you go. Go ahead, go.
Nah, bro. Where you want to take it, man?
Nah, I was just gonna say, man, I just celebrated my birthday yesterday, and
yes,
happy birthday.
It was a big day. I'm still a YN out here, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted, but I'm UNC status. But the reason why I said something because you know, we doing our passport thing, you know, we heading out the country soon. So when my wife needed my birth certificate, she gonna tell my daughter, make sure you don't touch this fragile document. It may crumble. Talking about your daddy old as I don't know. Well, I said, excuse me. Talking about my birth certificate. It's a fragile document. I said, wow. This is what we doing.
Like,
it be your own people, be your own wives.
She said that you must have that birth certificate that be tucked under your mama's mattress.
You know it. You fold it up a couple times.
You got that. You got that Declaration of Independence paper.
Declaration. You know it.
That Constitution paper.
Facts.
Hey, man, shout out to wifey, man.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. So,
you know what I mean?
I thought it was
She definitely fried you, though. She definitely
did. She definitely
did.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like,
it's all good. Right, nigga. Right. That's all. I couldn't believe.
Let her cook. Look.
Terrible, man.
Yeah, but as you all know, man, we're a relationship podcast, and we definitely like to talk about all things applicable to relationships. Big shout out to all the relationships out there, all the folks that are trying to make it through. Even if you don't make it through, shout out to you. You gave it a chance. You gave it a shot. It's not for everybody, and we understand that, right? However, we like to come from that angle, and we like to share just our thoughts around certain things. And one thing that we kind of wanted to jump into, so a hot topic right now is that DDG and Haley Bailey shit. That shit that's a slippery slope, though. Like, I don't like that one. Is
yeah.
I mean, I got
some domestic violence in there, and yeah, and I have thoughts on it because I have a personal connection with someone who is actually fighting for custody of his child, and the state has like literally put him through the ringer. And like the mom is not, but a lot of laws are designed for the women. So I'm not saying that, you know, again, my thoughts aren't that DDG, I don't know what kind of father he is. I just only know what's posted on Instagram and stuff, but also too, like, you haven't said anything about even requesting like full custody. It's still visitation and this, that, and the third, and the child is with his mom, you know, a majority of the time. So do you really still have, you know, a say? If you're not really, you know.
Well, we don't know though.
I mean,
Yeah, I thought he.
I don't know what's in the courts and stuff, you know, with the,
I don't know.
like I said, domestic violence joint. But I say that's why you got to be mindful and careful who you procreate with. I'm just gonna say that.
That's just really the point. I think that's the moral of the moral of the story for that whole situation is like they
But
young,
I think it might be deeper too. And I kind of, I don't know why my thoughts are, I think him with Halle, is it Halle or Halle?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Halle. We're gonna go with Halle.
Okay, I think the thing with Halle Bailey is DDG, it was an opportunity, and I think he kind of wanted to. I think it was a situation of trying to like trap her.
Wait a minute now. Because DDG,
I mean,
no. I don't know much about these young niggas, but I know DDG is popping. And he was popping way before he got with her.
No, I'm saying when I say opportunity, not like using her for his own like platform to get him to wherever, because he was somewhat established already. I'm saying this concept of Black women that are doing the damn thing and to be partnered with, unfortunately in this case, a Black man who claims, you see how he is with his streaming and all that kind of stuff, you in and out, this, that, and the third, and you got somebody like Halle, who's really, honestly, she's kind of ascending in her career, and then you put she had a baby, like, you got this girl pregnant. I don't know. I have thoughts.
It takes two to tango, sis. It takes two to tango. You know what I mean?
But I also do feel that these YNs be out here selling dreams too. Oh, you know, I just want to be with you. I want to be a family. I want to be and then you had a baby, and then all this other stuff starts coming out. And I don't feel. That's why I say I think you have to be careful with who you procreate with, because women go through biologically a lot of changes with pregnancy. And I don't think a lot of men understand that, and they still want the person that they met, you know, that's out here going out and doing this, that, and the third, and it ain't that anymore. So,
Biggs, father of the channel.
Yeah, I was just about to say. So everything she talking about is true though. Like, women, you know, once they have that baby, they, you know, the hormones is all over the place. So you're not wrong. But I feel like, you know, I think it does take two to tango, right? Because you have to have, you know, communication, because, you know, you are going to evolve, you are going to change, you know, you are going to have different viewpoints on how to handle a child. So those are like some of the biggest things, you know, when it comes to like relationships, and, you know, having a new person enter that relationship, which is the baby. So that can cause a whole lot of, like, you know, issues there in itself. So there could have been a situation where everything was good, everything was all lovey-dovey, and then once the baby got here, and, you know, they may have just bumped heads, you know what I mean, like, from that time, you know, on, because I mean, I don't remember hearing anything about them before the baby, you know what I mean. Once the baby got here, I think that's when things, you know, seems to kind of go south, and they may have already been going south, but I don't know. I do know it's two, you know, I'm hearing two different things, like that she, you know, was dealing with some, you know, depression, some other stuff, and, you know, I don't know. We don't know what. We don't know. You know, I just know there's always two sides of the story. Well, actually three sides to the story, but, you know, I think from what is being put out there in the media. From what I'm hearing, of course, I think DDG. You gotta remember these guys is young, man. 24, 25. Like, these are still YNs. They don't know what they're doing. They feel like they've already, reached a success level with money. You know what I mean? But the mind isn't there. You know what I mean? You may have all the money in the world, but your mind isn't fully mature enough to kind of be, in that position where you need to be to kind of be like a partner for somebody. So I think they're just on two different spaces. And she seems a little bit more like calm, like reserved, like not to. She doesn't want to be. Yeah, you're right. Mature. She does seem more mature than him, and she doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Like, she wants to kind of like be more recluse, And he's a streamer, so he wants the attention. Like, if you watch his stuff, he kind of just does things that YNs to gain the attention. Nothing wrong with it, but I feel like they may have grown apart. You know what I mean? They may have kind of had a great, you know how it go. That first year or two, it's all lovey dovey. Then when it get real, then it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Then and that's when the baby could pop up in that 1 to 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So once that baby get here, then it's like, oh shit, it's really real. We about to be a family. You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Charlie.
I was just gonna ask, like, you both being black men, and do you feel that you understand the toll that pregnancy takes on black women?
I honestly, now that I think back on it, right, I feel like I understand that what the woman goes through physically, but more so, I didn't really understand the mental toll. I'm gonna be completely honest. Now, talking with my wife, she would tell you that I may have not been the best partner during the pregnancy. So if we was to go for another 2, I would have to get in the right mindset, and I would have to kind of show in better than the first child. But I thought I was, but when she broke it down and explained it to me, because they're so sensitive, there's a lot of sensitive, emotions going and flowing and stuff. So you got to be on point. You know what I mean? Mentally and physically, and you got to take care of them, because there's a lot. They're building a human being. Like, bones is being formed inside of that womb. So it's when she broke it down to me, it kind of really I didn't feel it as defensive as I initially felt about it, but it definitely does. It's a crazy thing to think, like, what I got, like, single mothers, like mothers in general, just all that whole process, like, man, like, being in that room, bro, like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it's like only God can do this, so I'm just grateful.
I haven't got there to that point yet, but it's just crazy that we're having this conversation, because, like, full transparency, and thank you for your transparency, Biggs. But
yeah,
man, my wife and I, we've had our infertility issues over the years and so forth, and we're going through a process right now where we're trying to make it happen, and it's like a lot. It's a mental toll before you even get to that too, that I'm understanding, right? Or that I'm starting to understand. So to answer your question fully, Charlie, 100% no. I don't think any man will ever be able to fully understand pregnancy, right, and understand what a woman is going through 100%. But what I will say is that for the men out there that are there and that do their part and so forth, you just got to be patient with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of at least the most consistent advice that I've heard is that you have to be patient with her, because, like you said, bro, when you put it like that, bones is being made in somebody. Like,
Yeah.
like
So
that,
facts, bro.
that actually gave it a different level of thought. Like as you said that. So, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think any man will ever understand, but you know, for all the good ones out there that's supporting the lady, man, just be patient, bro.
Yeah, just everybody be patient, and man, y'all gonna break through too, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for going through, sharing that with us too, and the people, man, because there's people out here that are in a similar situation that you guys are in, and all it takes is prayer, man, and one opportunity, man. So I'm praying. You already know, bro. I continue to pray for you and your family, man. So I'm praying that's going to happen very soon. It is going to happen very soon because God is the greatest, and I definitely want that for you guys. Yes, so it's coming.
There's some other stuff that's going on out here in the streets that it's a little disconcerting. Okay, especially as a black man. All right, that's that is definitely causing a lot of shenanigans right now. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play a quick clip that's gonna kind of break it all down, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that, but I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand that shit. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever fucking race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly when you choose to date outside of your race? And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me. Because why? Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that? It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off, so whatever.
So, y'all, when we think about what's going on here in the black community, man, first of all, just huge shout out to all the black lovers out there. You know what I'm saying? When we think about these interracial relationships, okay, we're going to say interracial, but I think when I want to kind of clarify something with y'all first, right? With all of the viewers and everything. Is this really a racial issue? Or is it just a black and white issue? Charlie Ray, what's your thoughts? I can see it on your face. You got thoughts.
I feel like we made it more of a black and white thing, but I do think that it's more of a racial thing in general. think we've made it black and white, but you know, holistically speaking, I do believe race across the board for sure.
Okay. So with that being, well, Biggs, what's your thoughts on that?
I would agree. I mean, I think it's more so like she said, a racial thing. I mean, black and white is, you know, usually the topic of discussion, right? The main focal point, but it is a racial thing across all different races. You know what I mean? So I think people are just not used to seeing, you know, different races come together. I mean, it's still kind of uneasy for some people, even though it's been going on for 40, 50 years. You know what I mean? So people just are afraid of different, you know, what doesn't look like them, you know? So.
Well, if you ask Dr. Umar, it's definitely a race issue. Oh, there you go. So, hey, with that being said, though, do you all, what are y'all's thoughts around a black man being in a interracial relationship and still looking down on black women, though? Because I hate that.
I don't agree with it.
That's the worst type.
I don't agree with it. That mentality, it has got to go. Black women have been put down in a lot of various instances, and my thing is to go or to be with someone outside of your race, black, white, indifferent, whatever, it don't matter to me. But if you feel the need to put down the race that birthed you, that created you, you have got a problem, and it's trauma. You got mommy issues. Like, handle that shit, bro. Handle that. Handle it.
Do better.
Yeah, there's some underlying issues. Some underlying issues whenever a man does that to a black woman. You know what I mean? You try to belittle her to make yourself feel like you're better, or she's not, worth your time, which makes no sense because your mother was, the woman that birthed you was black. So it makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things, like you said, like Charlie said, is just kind of like there's some issues. Usually it starts when they're young, and then carries on into their adults. But I don't get it. I really don't understand that process, and I hope them dudes that's out there that's listening, that's kind of falling into that category, man. Y'all got to do better, man. You know what I'm saying? The black woman is the essential to us. You know what I'm saying? To our culture, so to everything. So, and people don't realize that, man. Like, the black woman is so underappreciated. You know what I mean? But also is the key to everything to us.
And what's crazy though? To piggyback on that, I hate to cut you off, bro, but you just hit on a good point there, because when you think about it, black men, we're guilty of this. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I am, but collectively over the years, we have been guilty of wanting to be like white men, right? Mm-hmm. And when we look at this, think about this topic, white men be kind of appreciating black women sometimes a little bit better. Like, they understand and they see that innate quality and that value, the asset that is the black woman. Like I said, I'm team black love, but at the same time, we have to be able to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? As much as we be trying to learn and pick up from them on certain things, I think that there's a little bit more that we can get from that, from them in that regard, for the ones that need it. Okay? Right. I want to make that clear. All right, we don't need that shit. We understand and we appreciate our black women on here on the Saturday morning cleanup. All right, just so y'all know. Which takes me to RG3, and I gotta make sure that I speak on this, man. Robert Griffin III, former quarterback of the Washington.
What'd he do, man? What'd he do?
He is a. All right. Long story short,
Ryan Clark versus RG3 is getting out of hand. Check it out. RG3 and Ryan Clark are going back and forth, and it all started with Caitlin Clark's file on Angel Reese. After that happened, RG3 would say this via Twitter: Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It's staring us all right in the face, but people are afraid to say it. Won't answer questions about Caitlin Clark, gets mad when people praise Caitlin Clark for the explosion, the popularity around women's basketball. That's not just hate, that's jealousy and resentment.
Damn.
He would end up putting out like a 30-minute podcast, and that made Ryan Clark discuss it on The Pivot when he went at RG3 saying this.
The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. So now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women.
Now, once he brought up that man's wife, we knew it was about to be fireworks because RG3 himself responded with saying this.
Wives and children are always off limits, and Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Sports media, I'm gonna have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. Ryan, you attacked me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are. It's a bad look for ESPN.
Shout out Ryan Clark.
Who, just to give some backstory, has a white baby mother.
Yeah.
All right. Hence, he has a black wife now. All right. He's reformed. He said that he's reformed. You know what I mean? So, with that all being said, there was a lot of backlash, a lot of back and forth between the two. It came out that the network asked Ryan Clark to apologize to RG3 about these comments. He you know what I'm saying? He be saying some kind of like questionable shit as far as like the infatuation of the white woman. It's kind of how it comes across. And anytime he talks about a black woman, it's usually very negative. That's the long story short there. Thoughts, questions, concerns. What we got?
I feel like white women have always been rescued in a sense. You don't see really an apology that was issued to Angel Reese, but apologies have to be issued because someone addressed a known fact regarding a black man's white spouse. And I agree, like his view, his comments, I do believe were skewed. And again, I get being infatuated with your spouse, your partner, what have you, but at some point you can't deny where you come from and negate the struggle, because at the end of the day, being a black woman myself, I have to work twice as hard. So for him to make statements about her versus Caitlin Clark, which again, both are incredible ball players, but I'm putting too much stock in his thoughts, because again, you are married to a white woman who does not understand the struggle of black women, and shame on him, because I'm pretty sure his mom is black. I'm not sure if he has siblings or anything, but sisters, whatever, they are black as well. So you making these comments, and this is affecting that you come from. Like, that's wild. That is wild to me. That is wild to me.
I'd be curious to know his like dynamic with his family on what that looks like, if he's kind of looked at as like an outsider and he's just doing it to rebel or saying these comments because that's his family dynamic in there. He's already just kind of used to like, oh, I'm gonna do what I need. Kind of like, I'm just gonna stand on my own, sword. I'm gonna die on my sword. You know what I mean? And those are the reasons why he makes his comments. It could be stemming from that. I don't really know. All I know is the brother sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Like she just said, there's nothing wrong with having an infatuation with your wife or your partner. And shout out to anybody that's in an interracial. That's your business. You know what I mean? I just don't tear down another person, or a black woman just because you feel a certain way. That's not right. That's the part that is kind of throwing me like we said, it's just like you don't need to do that. You don't need to tear that other person down because you feel like you want to big up the white woman. You know what I mean? Just because that's what your cup of tea is at the moment. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the brother. But again, the fan, like we said, there's always an underlying. There's always a origin story. You know what I mean? Like, so we don't know what. Once we identify what that is, then we can. Okay, that's why that means. Why that's why he says it. That's why he thinks this way. So I just take it for what it is, man. People, I don't know. These people crazy.
dude is definitely crazy. And one thing I want to reinforce what you said was that, you know, anybody who is in an interracial relationship, love is love, man. At the end of the day, like if you are passionate about your partner,
right,
that we respect that. You know what I'm saying? Here at the Saturday Morning Cleanup, it's just when you are having that dynamic of just bashing black women, it can't happen. I feel like it should never ever come from another black man. You know what I mean? They get enough bashing from everybody else. We should be their hugest advocate and confidant throughout all of this. And I just think, man, I'm all about black babies too, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Love is love, but don't be bashing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta think about it. You bashing a child too. You bashing your girls. If you have, like, I don't know if he has daughters or anything, but
he does. I think he does have kids. Yeah, he's got kids.
You know, when you do this, because they might resonate more with their blackness when they get older. So it's a sad thing, but like I say, shout out to all the lovers out there, man, and brothers, the ones that need this, be better.
Yeah, and what do y'all? Yeah, my bad. I just wanted to ask you, like, as far as like RG3, like, do you think it's because he feels like his woman is a little bit more submissive? Like, what you think as far as a wife? Because I've heard that.
Here we go with this bush.
I've heard.
Here we go.
I don't. Charlie, I don't know. Let me
take it away, Charlie.
Let me say this about black women. Throughout history and time, black women have had to do crazy things outside of the ordinary to keep the family going. And so when you bashing black women, to me, you're bashing the struggle of black women and saying that they're not worthy enough and they're not right enough. And that shit is tiring. Like, at the end of the day, if you want to be a black man and you want to talk about, I want to be with somebody that's submissive and this, that, create the environment for them to be submissive. Like, stop sitting up here wanting black women to do these things when you don't create the environment for them to be soft. You don't create the environment for them to really fall into womanhood. So miss me with the bullshit, with the whole, I want somebody that's submissive and this. Man, fuck out of here. You want your mama. And your wife is not your mama.
Yep.
And that's not what she's there for. And I'm gonna sit on this hill until the day I take my last breath. And
but see,
it's crazy. That's crazy to me.
But see, Charlie, that's what I've always heard when it comes to like these athletes or these college athletes. That's the same theme that I hear from them. I mean, you know, like I said, I've never like white women are a little bit more submissive than the black woman. They're not as aggressive. You know what I mean? And that's what I've heard. I don't know. I never indulged.
No, it's similar. I've heard that too.
Yeah, I never indulged in any interracial. You know, that's not my thing.
One word. Accountability.
No winter shenanigans.
Accountability.
Right.
Black women are tired. And my thing is, you can't go out here as a black man or whoever it is that you date and you come across certain women. You can't go out here and just do whatever you want to do and think that shit is okay, because it is not. It's not. And women and men alike too, you don't have to stay in that situation. But when I hold you accountable for the shit that you do, now I'm being aggressive.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
That's-
I'm not talking about everybody because I do get it's some
Yeah.
it's some young YTs, some young thoughts. I'm recoining that phrase. Some YTs, some young thoughts out here.
Okay.
That I'm not talking about them.
Some
I'm
YTs.
talking about the bona fide black women who have their shit together that are not going to settle, and they're going to hold you fucking accountable for the things that you do. You want to be out here in the streets. If you want to be in the streets, go do that. Leave that woman alone. She not gonna be riding in her car through the city at fucking midnight trying to figure out where you at because you lied to her about what. No, ain't nobody got time for that. We too old for that. And I don't know about y'all. I need my sleep.
Listen,
Look,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, like you see with that whole submissive and this, that, and the third, and it's like you want her to be submissive, and you not even providing. You're not protecting. Like, nigga, come on. Like, what we doing? What we talking about?
Listen,
not talking about nothing.
I feel like I never understood that concept because I've heard it before from a few people, right? And even, like I said, multiple athletes have kind of said that. Well, I'm just like, well, dang, you don't want a strong woman? Like, I like a strong woman that's going to give me a little fire, give me a little. I love that.
You know what I mean? Challenge you a bit.
Yeah, that's going to challenge you. Like, nah, what the fuck you say to me? Like, I like that. That gives me a little, you know what I mean? I feel like I need that. And then I feel like a strong woman is going to push you too. You know what I mean? Also, at the same time, it should be about pushing each other to be the greatest version of yourself. So that never sat well with me, but I always like to kind of get a different perspective on what you thought. So I appreciate you, Charlie, for grinding them the fuck up about that. You know what I mean?
In the words of Kanye, when before whatever happened with him, when he get on, Leo ass the white girl.
Yep.
Look, that part. And to close this out, man, like I say, man, black man, all my black brothers out there, man, far and wide, wherever you at, if y'all hear this, man, your black woman is your queen.
Hey, listen.
You know what I mean? The black woman.
I'm gonna be honest. Even
right,
for me,
you got to embrace that.
Even for me as a black woman, even though I am married to a black woman, so I have that privilege, but I don't put down good black men. Like, I still appreciate black men. I do. I feel that y'all are kings, but also too, we got some stuff we got to deal with. We got some internal shit that we got to clean house with, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Like, get your stuff together. And no woman has to stick around and be submissive during the time that you are figuring your stuff out, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't want to be with somebody that is striving to be a protector. When we link, you need to be a protector, because I don't have time to be trying to figure out you didn't encounter this situation, but like, I don't have time for that. Nobody has time for that. But I will say, I did want to say that because, like, I appreciate black men. Again, I grew up with my father in my life, so I had a strong black figure, a man in my life growing up. So, but don't get me wrong, love y'all, but we got some stuff to do. We got some work.
Gotta be accountable.
No, you're right. You're right.
We got to be more accountable, black man. We just do it.
Yeah.
You said it earlier. I mean, we got to put our pride aside. And one thing that that actually really, shout out to my baby, by the way. I know she watching. One thing that always attracted me to her, or one of the main qualities, was that she was independent. She didn't need me when I met her, and that was, that was sexy to me. You know what I mean? Like that I can come in and compliment that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a team effort. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
right.
So always remember that. But
yeah,
hey, as we like to say here on Saturday Morning Cleanup, to be continued. Let's go ahead. Let's transition real quick to one of our favorite segments that we like here on the Saturday Morning Cleanup. Is when we go ahead and we kick it over to our girl, our big cuz, Charlie Ray.
Hey, y'all, listen, we appreciate y'all for reaching out, connecting with us, and we want y'all to keep the questions, comments, all those things coming to us. You can reach us at via email at SaturdayMorningCleanupCrew@gmail.com. You can also hit us up in the DM on all social media platforms at Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew. I asked because question of the hour is going to be, what are your thoughts on interracial relationships? Marriage, monogamous relationships, whatever you define as a relationship. What are your thoughts on them being interracial? For you, is it yay or nay? How y'all rocking?
I have interracial friends, and like, you know what I'm saying. I have a couple friends who are interracial, okay, and love them to death. Okay, I love at the end of the day,
Right.
but IX, it's an experience. We are the Black Love DJs, we like to call ourselves. So, and you know what I mean, we are Black lovers, and I love to see Black babies. I love to see our people be expanded upon and building that culture and building that family unity and so forth. So I love to see that, but I think ultimately you got to just love, you know what I mean? So if that's your person, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say I like he said, IAX, we Black lovers, Black love DJs. We love Black love immensely. Again, we love all love. All types
bro. Be careful.
Shout out to Dr. Umar too, but listen, we love everyone, but if it was up to me and my family, of course I'm married to a strong, beautiful Black woman. I have a beautiful Black daughter, and if it was up to me, I would just want her to be happy with whoever she wants to bring into her world when that day comes. But I'm praying and hoping that they look like her dad at some point. But again, I say all that to say, again, I have friends that of different races, all different races, Black, white, Asian. I love everybody, man. I get along with everybody, and the biggest thing for me is just like having the Black mother and father in the household, right? Just from my vantage point, it's like that's big. Like having the mother and father, or the mother and mother, like, you know what I mean? Having that dynamic, the parents in the household for our younger generation is so key, because that younger generation is what's going to take us to that next step, as a culture, and to kind of keep growing and keep doing new things. We're capable of so much, and I think we lean on and we watch everybody else, other cultures do what we need to be doing, and I think we need to stick together. This is the time, especially in this climate we're in, we need to stick together more than anything. And I think procreating with our own race, our own people, you shouldn't feel bad about wanting to do that, just because you look at it, man, like it can get crazy, because you look at Trump, what he's doing, he's trying to do that whole birth thing. I don't even want to get in that. We ain't there. I don't even want to get into all that. But
check out CNN.
That's one another. Yeah, you can check that out. But I don't even want to get in all that. But watch the news. Stay up to date what's going on. All I can tell you is stay down with your people. Stay down
as much as you can.
Okay. I like it. So I feel like the consensus, even with me, of course, is always going to be Black love all day. I do feel that love is love. Shout out to all my folks, LGBTQ community.
Yes.
LGBTQIA, or in all the other letters. I can't keep up at this point, but I do feel that love is love when it comes to, mixed races, interracial, things like that. I feel like I have absolutely nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't forget where you come from. I think it holds true to, that's how you keep the culture alive. That's how you keep, traditions and things like that alive. And also too, I'm here for the interracial, because we get some good fusion food out of that. So
yeah, we do.
We
get a lot of good things.
Listen. I've had some pretty good food in my life. Okay.
Right.
You
If
know,
you don't
being
know,
around
you know.
being around other folks, so in various capacities. So, you know, my thoughts are, again, love is love, but always, just for me personally, I'm sticking with the home team. I think that the Black family in their various dynamics, shapes and forms, is one of the most beautiful things that I can see as an individual. So, but I appreciate y'all so much for y'all in your thoughts and insights. So if y'all have thoughts, if y'all want to send some questions our way, again, do not hesitate to hit us up at Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew at gmail.com. Also on all social media platforms under Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew. And, you know, hey, we'll shout you out. We'll keep it anonymous if you want to, and we'll get your questions thrown up here and have a little bit of discussion on it. But y'all know, because love y'all, and we appreciate you.
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
Appreciate you, Charlie. And,
Yes.
and we appreciate all of the comments and any feedback we get around that. I'm intrigued to see how that comes about. But let's go ahead. Let's take it home here, folks. It's another favorite segment. Y'all know what we like to do. We like to end it on a high note here with the Saturday morning mix. That's right.
Hey.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make a playlist. We're going to go 3 for 3 for 3. And for this particular one, what I was thinking, y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all can let me know if y'all down with this. But, I mean, I'm thinking about some Black Queen excellence. It's kind of like the theme I was kind of thinking about, you know, since you know what I'm saying, we want to uplift our Black queens as well. Also, big shout out to Pride Month as well. Maybe Pride mix. You know, I don't know, but I mean, but what would we feeling for the mix for this month? I mean, this week. Excuse me.
I'm feeling that whole Black, you know, Pride Month. You know, it is June, so we definitely want to shout out to everybody that's you know, we love everybody. You know what I mean? We want to make sure we're not excluding anybody. You know, so even though we would prefer a certain, you know, group. When it comes to interracial,
be careful.
We know what we would prefer, but we love everybody. Because Brother Umar is watching.
Okay, all right. Take notes on that, y'all. Take notes. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's take it home here, folks. It's another favorite segment. Y'all know what we like to do. We like to end it on a high note here with the Saturday morning mix. That's right.
Hey.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make a playlist. We're going to go 3 for 3 for 3. And for this particular one, what I was thinking, y'all, and you know what I mean? Y'all can let me know if y'all down with this. But, I mean, I'm thinking about some Black Queen excellence. It's kind of like the theme I was kind of thinking about, you know, since you know what I'm saying, we want to uplift our Black queens as well. All right, y'all. So to kick us off, man, for this one, I think I'm gonna go a classic, man, for all my ladies out there, man. And rest in peace to the Queen, Whitney. I'm Every Woman. I'm every woman. It's only me.
I like that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go with Aretha Franklin. Can we get a little RSPCT respect? You know what I mean? So we're gonna go with that.
All right, now we're gonna bring it a little forward a little bit. I'm going Masego, Queen Teens.
Hey.
Go. What a vibe.
Nice little vibe. Yeah.
All right, okay. I like that vibe. So, I'm gonna kind of stay in that bag a little bit, like melodically, okay. And you know, you gonna come where I'm coming from with this one,
yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Queen Latifah. You and I see why.
Hey.
You and I see why.
Hey.
Who you calling a bitch?
Whoa.
He said that almost like DMX. So waiting on little dog bark after that.
So look, I'm gonna go ahead and spin us back because I don't know what he's talking about right there. I'm gonna go Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman, man. Beautiful song right now. Shout out to Summer Walker for that one. She blessed us.
Nice modern day one up there. I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna keep in your same vein, DJ Biggs, and we gonna go Jasmine Sullivan Masterpiece.
Mm.
Yes.
Yo, Jasmine Sullivan is she's underrated and she needs to get her flowers. So shout out to you, Charlie, for that.
Yes, shout out to Jasmine. Thank you for the music.
Consider your flowers given, Jasmine. Love you. All right, and my last one, I'm gonna take it home, man. I'm gonna go way back, man. I'm going back into time here. I'm going back to like the 1940s for this one. And rest in peace and shout out to the Queen, one of the very first Black queens on the scene doing her thing back in the day, Nina Simone. And I'm going For Women. For Women is a beautiful song. It personifies, it speaks on the Black struggle, the black woman struggle, in four different perspectives. So I hope y'all enjoy, and you'll notice the melody as well if you're a Jay-Z fan. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take us home with the Queen. The Queen, y'all know who she is. Queen B.
Don't say
you know.
Hey.
Beyonce,
of course.
Of course. I'm that.
Are you gonna do it, bro? You about to do this, bro?
Girl. I'm that girl. Because you know all the queens out there, that's how y'all feeling, man. Y'all that girl for real. So
I mean,
shout out to y'all.
Listen, if we gonna do that, shout out to Beyonce. Okay, I'm gonna go Beyonce too, and I'm gonna put a nail in the coffin with Who Run the World.
Yes, sir.
Dog, take the mic and drop it, Charlie. Just don't break it, dog. Don't break it, man. You need to use it, man. Hey, nah, I like this mix, man. I think you're gonna have fun with this one, Biggs.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. We'll see how it goes.
Well, folks, y'all know where to find all our playlists, man. You can find them on Tidal, man. Just search IAX, and you'll find all of our SMC Saturday morning cleanup mixes. We'll have this one up for you as well, and then you can find the full official mix on our YouTube channel right after this episode drops here. So definitely look out for that, and we looking forward to hearing what our boy Biggs, makes happen with this, man, because there's definitely some classics up here. We know he gonna make magic because that's what he do. You know what I mean? IAX, man.
That boy good. That boy real good.
That boy
real good.
Hey, well, speaking of good, we good. We appreciate you all definitely tuning in with us and sticking around with us here for yet another great episode of the Saturday Morning Cleanup. Big shout out to Indiana Pacers.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I know, bro. I'm fair weather,
The
bro.
last time.
No, I'm fair weathering, man. I'm really a Wizards fan, y'all.
Right.
I ain't had nothing to celebrate in a long time, man. So I just, I'm just trying to just hop on any bandwagon. Hard, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Halle band.
What the hell?
The hell? Don't judge me. Anyway, but yes, y'all, thank you again for always rocking out with us here for our big cuz Charlie Ray, DJ Biggs, it's your boy Rome Jones. We'll see y'all next time, man, for the next go around of the Saturday Morning Cleanup. Later.